Coach can make a quick opening statement before we go into questions. And after that, just please raise your hand. We're going to try to use the mics as much as possible. So, Coach, when you're ready, please go ahead.
Yeah, well, first of all, good afternoon to everyone. I just want to mention a little bit, you saw the whole team wearing this black armband, and for me it's very important that we honor Christian Carrillo, a kid from the academy. He's a very good goalkeeper, a guy that it was tough for the whole organization to lose. We lost him a few weeks ago, and today was the day where we honor him as a club, and I want to make sure that this year we honor him in the whole season. So I just want to explain that, and to his family, our condolences and all our prayers with them. But this one hurt the club big time, and I think that's the connection that you see among the club. I just want to make sure that you know that Christian Carrillo will be remembered forever from the club.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Don, you want to kick us off?
Condolences to the Carrillo. Considering the number of players that you didn't have today, how satisfied both were you with the performance and the result?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious that we are happy about the result and the performance as well. I think, nothing to do with the amount of absences we had. I think we go game by game. So every game we try to prepare with the best squad possible, available, and today was a very good standard for the players that started the game and then the subs. So I was pleased with that. Obviously, there were moments of the game where we lost a little bit of the possession, but I felt that also we were very dangerous in the final third and creating some of those half chances, right? So where maybe we lack the killer pass, the best cross once we get in behind to get even more expected goals. I'm happy with expected goals number. We almost double theirs, and I think that's always the objective, create more and better chances than the opponent.
Do you have an update on Araujo?
Not yet, but obviously it didn't look good. When someone feels like that after a sprint is not a good prognosis, but we'll see.
It was a hamstring though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you already thinking what this team could look like without Luis in the short term and long term? And I'm just wondering if the two-striker system is something that you have worked on. How much have you worked on it? Dom and Joseph. Dom's a new player, so I'm assuming there's been some rehearsal there. But is that an option moving forward, a two-striker system?
Well, first of all, we will go game by game. I cannot think in longer term because you never know what's happening. So to replace Luis, if he's out for sure for the next game, we have some options, I think. So you saw that Brooks is coming back from his injury in the ankle, and then obviously Marcelino, you saw a little bit of that with that assist. So he's kind of back. There might be some players from the visas processes coming back, so we're regrouping and we will have alternatives. Now the two strikers, to be honest, tactically is not my preference, just because I feel that against back fours you lose the numerical advantage in other parts of the field, but some version of that I can see working, where maybe Dwyer runs around Joseph and Joseph just pick the right passes in between the lines, or the opposite, or they are alternate. But not because you see Dom and Joseph on the field, is because we're playing two forwards. Dom can also play a bit on the side, on the flank, as we just saw today.
Do you feel quickly that midfield creativity, is that something that Thiago Almada can add to? Did you like what you saw from the midfield today as far as not just possession and positioning, but there seems to be sometimes a lack of creativity. Is that something that you want to help out here?
Well, I disagree a little bit with that statement that we lack creativity. I think we were creative. The problem is we miss a couple passes, right? That's what I was saying. Like we were in those spaces, creating those gaps, and then the final pass was missing. So probably yes, Thiago Almada for sure will help on that, and the delivery and the final pass, the killer pass, he's very good on that. So obviously when he's integrated to the team and once he's back and we're sure that his fitness levels are up to the standard of an MLS game, he will join the team and hopefully he helps on that. But I was very happy, very pleased with the three midfielders. I felt that Rossetto, Amar, and Ossi did a lot of the dirty job, just chasing, pressing, counter-pressing, but also making some interesting passes. I was very happy with some of those quick combinations, first-time pass and then going in behind. So I was happy with that, but obviously we need to improve in the final delivery, and I think that also will come as the season progresses.
You finished the game with four guys who traditionally are fullbacks on the field. Can you please talk about Andrew Gutman's performance today, and do you view Lennon and Wiley as kind of attacking wingers rather than fullbacks, or was that just a function of this is who I had available today, this is who I'm putting in?
Well, it's a very good question because I didn't even think on that, having four fullbacks at the end of the game. I think over the course of the preseason and even last year, we saw a couple games, that pair of Ronald Hernandez and Brooks Lennon on the side. I think it was Montreal or something like that we started with that pair. And then in the preseason, we saw a little bit of Caleb Wiley as a left wing, especially in Mexico. We saw a little bit of that, so we were prepared for that, but obviously based on the players I had on the bench today, it makes sense to finish that way. But I was pleased with that because both of them, Caleb and Brooks, they have a speed, and you saw that. Both of them, they had a 1v1 against the goalkeeper. Caleb was the goal, and so I was very pleased with that aggression to running behind from both of them.
And Gutman, his performance today?
Very good. I felt that him and Ronald both, they looked like warriors to me. They were fighting for every ball, for every pass. Obviously, we need to improve a little bit in the final third product. That's something that both probably can improve on that. But again, that will come with games and with connections and having them even more times in the final third to make some crosses. But today, I think both they played a couple very good crosses. One I remember from Ronald to Joseph that it was deflected. It was a corner kick. But we saw a little bit of what they can produce in attack as well.
And Tyler and Joseph seem to have a pretty good connection today. Tyler could have gotten a secondary assist on the the second goal.
Yes.
Just their chemistry today with Joseph kind of almost being a playmaker and then a later arriving striker.
Yes, I think that chemistry is coming. Obviously, we were working a lot on that on preseason, on the chemistry and the little connections. That's how I call it, like the little connections on your side. So, for example, Rossetto, Luis Araujo, and Ronald or Brooks in the second half, how they rotate, how they counter move, so getting a space in behind. What I really like about Joseph today and Tyler was that there were a lot of unselfish movements. So Joseph was attracting the defender, and then Tyler attacking the back. And we saw a lot of those in our attacking movements, and I was very pleased with that.
Anything else in English? Sam, go ahead. Henry, I'll do Spanish right after. Say the last one for English. Sam, go ahead.
Counterattacking, playing in transition, obviously in this team's DNA, in 2018 when, Atlanta United had their best season, most success, Joseph Martinez, obviously a player that can play really well in that kind of a system. Today, obviously, very important with 3 goals all coming sort of in transition, off the run of play, things like that. So, or against the run of play. So is that something that we should expect going forward? Is that something you really want to see this team do? It can be a dangerous, obviously, system to play because you're prone to getting recounted on, so to speak, but is that something you think getting back to that and really seeing that, because fans are obviously very used to seeing that from Atlanta United, so is that something we should expect to see a lot more going forward?
Yeah, well, I have to say that I'm not, it's not the way I plan the games, like going in transition moments. I think if we do that, we should probably put another tactic, kind of parking a little bit the team, lower block, middle block, allowing them to come and then having a space in transition. It's not the way we plan the games. I want this to be very clear, but at the same time, at the right moments, I think we can be very good in transition. And if we are very good in transition, why not allowing that at times, right? But sometimes what I prefer to see is those movements where the opposition is pressing us very high, as you saw today with Kansas City, pressing with a very high line, and it almost looks like a transition moment because we are breaking the first and the second line of pressure and then getting behind the midfield line, and then we are getting chances with a lot of spacing behind. And I think today you saw a little bit of that, obviously, plus the transition moments that when the game is open, you always get. But I prefer to be more controlled and having better possession of the balls and then getting behind their back line.
Go to Spanish questions. Henry, you want to start us off?
Moreno contestaría para 90 minutos y lo otro de Sosa, ¿qué nos puede adelantar? ¿Cuándo podría regresar?
Bueno, Marcelino tenemos que ir viendo, hay que ver cómo acabó hoy, se veía cansado al final y hay que irlo llevando poco a poco. Tiendo a ser más paciente cuando los jugadores vienen regresando de lesiones de ese tipo, pero me guío mucho en mi departamento de Ciencias del Deporte, que es espectacular y que me dan mucha información muy valiosa basado en los datos y en la palpación que tienen los fisios con los jugadores. Entonces estaremos al pendiente de ver cómo puede progresar, pero seguramente Marcelino, como siempre, es un jugador de 90 minutos y que su capacidad física da para que pronto pueda estar a ese nivel. De Santiago Sosa, obviamente está en Argentina, sigue su rehabilitación, todavía está en fase de rehabilitación. Habíamos mandado a una persona para que entrenara allá la semana pasada, estuvo con ellos, estuvo sintiéndolos, van progresando bien, pero no tenemos una fecha exacta para su regreso.
Sí, buenas tardes, técnico.
Sí.
Miguel Hernández,
Buenas tardes,
de
Miguel.
Sonderdín, Infobay. ¿Cómo considera, técnico, hoy la actuación de uno de los jugadores más veteranos y más legendarios, digamos, el de la MLS, el cubano Osvaldo Alonso? Si cumplió sus expectativas y qué puede representar este jugador para sus aspiraciones en esta nueva temporada. Muchas gracias.
Sí, gracias Miguel. Pues sí, muy importante. Creo que Ossi jugó un típico partido de su nivel, un jugador que sabe manejar los hilos del equipo ofensiva y defensivamente, que sabe leer los momentos de los partidos, que sabe cuándo dar calma, que sabe cuándo meter la pierna también y cuándo hacer jugadas defensivas muy importantes. Me preocupó un poco que lo amonestaron muy temprano en el partido. Puede ser que haya sido amarilla, no lo sé, no la vi tan cerca, pero creo que Ossi es un jugador muy importante por su experiencia, pero aparte por su fútbol. Creo que es una combinación. Mirando para el futuro, obviamente, tenemos otro jugador que acaban de preguntar ahí en la misma posición, que es Santiago Sosa, y que obviamente seguro, cuando esté de vuelta y esté integrado habrá competencia ahí, porque es algo que me gusta del plantel que tengo, es que tengo muchas áreas del campo con muy buena competencia. Entonces creo que esto da para que los dos mejoren y el que esté mejor jugará, pero hoy en día el liderazgo de Ossi, su experiencia y la forma de manejar los partidos, siento que nos ayudó tremendamente.
Buenas tardes, buenas noches, ¿cómo estás?
¿Qué tal? Bien, gracias.
Veo una plantilla corta en este equipo. ¿Hasta dónde le puede alcanzar? José Martínez, bueno, hoy hizo 2 asistencias, pero no lo veo tampoco que esté al 100. ¿Qué es lo que le hace falta?
Bueno, respetuosamente difiero con la percepción de que es una plantilla corta. Creo que tenemos una plantilla bastante buena, donde en varias posiciones del campo tenemos competencia bastante buena, ¿no? Para ponerte un ejemplo, hoy estaba suspendido Alan Franco y George Campbell creo que cumplió con creces en un partido que para mí fue espectacular. Un par de pases que falló en la salida, pero es un jugador que tiene un tremendo potencial. Lo vimos corriendo mano a mano con Saloy, que es un jugador de los más rápidos del MLS, y pudo con él. Entonces, en el medio campo hablábamos de Santi, de Ossi, de Ibarra, de Amar, de Rossetto, el mismo Emerson, que viene regresando también de la lesión, Marcelino, que pudiera jugar ahí al frente, mencionas a Joseph, hoy Dom, creo que tuvo un gran juego. Tenemos a Luis Araujo, a Thiago, Jake Mulroney, que el año pasado también nos dio bastantes buenas sensaciones. Entonces yo creo que en las laterales también estamos muy bien protegidos. Hoy vieron a Andrew Goodman, a Ronald Hernández, Brooks Lennon viene de regreso, Caleb Wiley. Es decir, la portería tenemos a Bobby Sherwood como otro portero de experiencia. Creo que sinceramente yo veo un plantel bastante completo, ¿no? Entonces simplemente será el tiempo en que tengamos a todo el plantel, que tengamos a todo el equipo y esperemos que eso nos dé para tener esa continuidad y poder seguir jugando buen fútbol.
Juan Carlos, back up to Felipe.
Buenas tardes, entrenador. Juan Carlos Brando para Conexión Deportiva. Quisiera que nos hable un poco acerca de Caleb Wiley, su debut, 17 años, un gol Creo que no había otro jugador de tan corta edad, al menos en el Atlanta United, que hubiera podido debutar con un gol. Ni siquiera George Bello, que ya no está en las filas del Atlanta United, ni Andrew Carleton, que también hizo un gol creo que antes de los 18 años, pero no en su debut. ¿Qué expectativa se tiene acerca de este jugador?
Bueno, primero que nada, que va empezando, ¿no? Entonces hay que llevar con calma a los jóvenes siempre. Soy un partidario de llevar a los jóvenes con cierta calma porque entendemos que a esas edades de repente el mareo y muchas cosas, ¿no? Pero obviamente estamos muy contentos de tener a Caleb. Es un jugador que creo que llevo mucho tiempo hablándoles de él. Desde el año pasado lo subimos a entrenar con el primer equipo casi desde mi llegada, porque lo vi en un par de partidos en el segundo equipo y nos encantó. Cuando pedí referencias de él, es un gran chico, es un muchacho profesional, de familia, de muy buena familia. Entonces creo que tiene todos los ingredientes para tener una muy buena carrera, pero obviamente vamos a llevarlo poco a poco para que él vaya armando poco a poco cimientos en su carrera que le permitan tener una carrera larga. Es muy fácil debutar jugadores, lo difícil es convertirlos en grandes jugadores, y esa es mi misión con él, que creo que es un jugador con un tremendo potencial y tendremos que irlo llevando poco a poco, porque evidentemente cuando un jugador joven debuta, sorprende y no se le conoce mucho y muchas cosas. Cuando se le empieza a conocer, a tomar la mano, ahí es en donde de repente viene un bajón natural en los jugadores jóvenes y habrá que irlo llevando poco a poco, pero nos encantan sus capacidades, su mentalidad y esperemos que este sea el primero de muchos.
Last one, let me go ahead. No worry about Mike.
Brevemente, simplemente, estratégicamente, ¿cuál es su lectura del partido? ¿Qué era lo que usted esperaba del equipo? O sea, no dominaron la posesión, fueron más peligrosos obviamente en el XG y los costados básicamente atacaron por esos costados todo el partido. ¿Cuál es su lectura y cuál fue la estrategia para atacar a SKC?
Sí, bueno, mi lectura es que nos enfrentamos a un grandísimo rival, ¿no? Si no mal recuerdo, el año pasado nosotros lideramos en posesión de balón en la liga, pero ellos inmediatamente después de nosotros fueron el segundo mejor. Entonces esperábamos esa lucha, esa contienda por la pelota, y creo que en algún punto cuando nosotros ajustamos a la salida de Luis, dado que Dom es más un finalizador de jugadas, más que un creador, más alguien que venga a jugar entre líneas, perdimos un poquito esas conexiones de posesión, lo cual creo que fue normal después del ajuste. No siempre los equipos toman esa batuta después de un cambio en el primer tiempo, entonces tomó tiempo y creo que en el segundo tiempo ellos también ajustaron muy bien, ¿no? Supieron cómo mantener su posesión, y algo que me tuvo contento es que hablamos con ellos de los momentos de los partidos, algo que hablábamos en la semana y que creo que el equipo supo mantener un orden. El gol viene en una táctica fija, pero más allá de eso no recuerdo grandes jugadas del equipo rival, y eso me tuvo contento, que cuando el equipo tuvo que ser peligroso y ofender y crear ocasiones de gol lo pudo hacer, pero cuando era una pelea callejera y era luchar por cada balón y hacernos fuertes en bloque, el equipo supo reconocer esos momentos. Algo a trabajar obviamente es la táctica fija, ¿no? que venimos acarreando algunos partidos en pretemporada con goles de esa naturaleza, especialmente al segundo poste, entonces seguramente daremos un gran énfasis a eso para corregirlo de manera definitiva.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Yeah.
Well, Caleb Wiley and Dwyer here shortly.
Okay.
Caleb, I'm from UGC. It's good to see you again. Trying to turn the recorder on my phone, I apologize. I can't, was that your first touch? The touch to set up the goal? And is this like a dream start for you, 17-year-old? You signed a contract 6 weeks ago, I think it was? You scored on your debut.
No, I don't think it was the first touch. But yeah, definitely a dream come true. So I don't score that many goals that often. So when I do, it's just I'm like so speechless when I see it go in the back of the net. It's like a huge moment for me. And then to do it in front of this huge fan, in the city, in front of fans and family, and on this team is just something special.
Do you remember the players? It's still kind of a blur right now.
No, I remember it. Yeah, but I did have to ask Tyler, who actually passed the ball to me, just to make sure. But yeah, I remember it.
Hey, Felipe Cardenas with The Athletic. Congrats on the goal and the win. What was the role that you were supposed to play? I saw you tucked in a little bit early on, but obviously you had that ability to get forward. What did Pineda ask you to do?
Just defend inside and out, and then just make those runs. I know I did it a couple of times. Andrew played it, and then when the goal happened. But yeah, like I said, just defending inside out, staying wide, and just making those runs. Yeah.
Did it sort of feel like SKC had a little bit more control of the game at that point? Where did you know that there would be an opportunity there, and the fact that you're being asked to defend sort of tells the story of that second half as well?
Yeah, no. I think towards the end they definitely had more of the ball. I think, but I wasn't tired or anything. So when the chance came, I was ready, and I just took off and glad that it went in the back of the net.
Joe, go ahead.
Caleb, Joe Patrick, 99 the game at Dirty South Soccer. I wanted to ask about kind of your emotions just going into the game, even before the goal, because I saw you get up and start warming up when Luis went out.
Yeah.
Did you think you were going to have a chance to get in then? And then just in general, I'm sure everybody pictures it going exactly like how it went for you today,
Yeah.
but just what were those emotions getting out
Yeah,
there?
they were definitely up and down. Being asked to go warm up in the early minutes of the game, and then back and forth. So my emotions were definitely going up and down. But I had a feeling that I was going to go in towards the end. So I was just mentally preparing for it, and that's what I did. And it was good.
Caleb, Sam Franco, Mouths of the South podcast. Blowing late leads or not being able to hold on to a lead late is something this team has had a little bit of trouble with over the past few years. Is that something that Coach Pineda has kind of drilled into y'all recently or getting ready for this season? That, obviously, your goal kind of sealed the deal there going the opposite direction, but is that something he's hammered home to y'all?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it definitely just comes down to us and our mentality and just, fighting until those whistles go. And just, no matter what, no matter how hard it gets, just keep on going. And I think that's what we did today. I know they scored one, but I'm happy to get one back.
Back on.
Hey, congratulations, Nelly Guzman from Pulse ATL. Your debut, first goal, dream come true, you just said it. What advice do you have for all the young players right now?
Just keep on dreaming. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't be who you want to be. And just go out there and just do you, have fun, believe in yourself, and you'll achieve it.
Doug?
Did you have family members here?
I did, yes.
How many, and how are you going to celebrate tonight?
My parents and my sister were here, alongside family friends a lot, and I don't know how we're going to celebrate tonight.
Anything else?
Dinner better not be on you.
Hopefully not.
Sandy, your last one.
Hey Caleb, Sandy from Atlanta United. I was wondering about if you could tell us the meaning behind your goal celebration. It looked like you held up your hands with a heart. What's the meaning behind that?
Yeah, it just shows how much love I have for this city and this club. They've given me so much, and so it's just a way of giving back. And like I said, it was a huge, special moment for me to do it in front of these amazing fans, friends, family. So it was just an overall special moment.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kevin.
Dom here in a couple minutes. All right, let's go. Any questions for Dom?
Hey, Dom, Joe Patrick here, Dirty South Soccer at 99 in the game. Congratulations on the goal. Just wanted to kind of get your thoughts on just that feeling of scoring again, because obviously it's been a while for you here in MLS. Just what's that feeling like?
Yeah, it's always nice to score in your first game for a new club. Against your old team, it's bittersweet, but it's my first goal in a couple of years, so it was a long time coming. Definitely worked hard for this moment, so I'm very happy to be a part of this squad, and it's a solid team performance.
And I know you. Well, actually, I don't know exactly how long you've been around the squad since you started training, but with this game with so many players out, just it seems to speak to the depth of this team, and you're obviously a huge part of that, and able to come in for an injured player and contribute a goal. Can you just kind of speak to the depth this team has and the way that this game kind of showed that?
Yeah, we have a lot of talented players. It's a big squad. So I just knew that there might be opportunity to play, and everyone's got to be ready. And we have like I said, a very big squad, and a few guys missing out right now. So hopefully we'll have some more reinforcements.
Felipe Cardenas with The Athletic. Congrats on the goal. You said yourself it's nice to get a goal in this first game back. To those that may say, hey, this was, what kind of signing is this? He hasn't scored in 2 years. What do you say to that sort of criticism? Do you have a chip on your shoulder? It's a bit of a cliche, but how are you approaching this sort of, comeback, if you will?
Just game by game. I think every squad had their pick of me. I was a free agent, and Atlanta believed in me. So as much as I have history in many teams, I'm focused on being here right now, and what I've done in the past is the past, and now is the present. So I'm focused on working hard and being an important part of this group.
Quick question just on your number. It's kind of strange to see a striker wearing the number 4. So can you please explain that one? And then the 2 striker setup, I asked Gonzalo Pineda about it. Not something that he prefers, but it could be an option moving forward. How does that work with you and Joseph? Is that something that you think could work?
Yeah, as for the number, I wanted number 14. And there's some young players on this team, and some guys, someone already has 14, and he obviously make a decent living, so I couldn't give him enough money for it. So, I had to stick with number 4 for now, and maybe I can tape a 1 next to it, but I'll take what I can get. And as for Joseph, he's an amazing player. For me to be able to just train with him for a few weeks and watch how he moves, we're just trying to build that chemistry, and I'm excited to see what we can do together.
Yeah, Dom, I'm just kind of curious, like from the fan culture side, obviously you played for Orlando, Orlando's a big rival here, is it important for you then to have a performance like you had today to kind of, not that they weren't going to be on your side of course, but just to kind of get that good feeling from the fans right away from the get-go?
Yeah, it's important for me to impress the home fans, but as for any other fans, it's not important to me. I'm focused on being here now, and pass is great again, but if things happen in football and I'm here, and I'm very happy.
And then one more, just on the goal itself, it was important because it was right before the half, and oftentimes that can change, how the coaches talk to their teams in the locker room. How important was it for you guys, did you feel, to kind of go into halftime with a 2-goal lead at that point?
Yeah, we were putting them under a lot of pressure, and obviously the first goal was solid and we were looking good, and then we got the injury and it kind of set us back a few minutes. But I feel like we had the momentum, and then obviously to get a goal before the start of the second half, we just go in with a little bit of a smile on our faces, and the momentum shifts, and we know that one more goal would probably kill off the game.
Go ahead, sir. Last one.
Yeah, Dom, you mentioned that there were other suitors. Atlanta's really had confidence in you. What were those conversations like as far as the role that you could play? Obviously, playing tonight when you did was unexpected. So what is expected of you? What were those early conversations like?
I'm an experienced player now. I've been in this league 11 years, so I know what I can do. I know how I can help a group, and I think I have a responsibility off the field as well within the group. And then when I get my chances, obviously I have to try and perform. So this is a special club, and this is a special group of players, and they really welcome me in pre-season. And I'm pretty new. They made me feel comfortable, and they made this feel like home for me. So I'm trying to make it that.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Don.